back to another episode of the Black Sheep Narrative.
Black Sheep Narrative.
It's been a crazy week, and we'll get to that. But first, John's going to tell us that he's back in reviewing the supplement world.
We got to do it, you know?
He's back.
I'm back. I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
We talked about it like 3 or 4 podcasts ago, how he was done with it. But the people have spoken. The TikTok people.
It's true. So I wanted to direct all my attention back towards the business, and I thought that was the right way to go. And people let me know that, fuck you, all right? We don't want to hear just about UXO. We want you to review products, cringy products, good products, whatever the case may be. So we're back. And to honor that, today we've got a special energy drink review for you guys. On the podcast, we're doubling this up on the TikTok as well. So today we're doing a twofer. We've got Rise, Fuel, energy drink, cotton candy.
And
is that what the fuck this is? Oh, it's the Sean O'Malley. The Sugar
cool.
Sean.
Oh, that's a cool one.
Dang.
That's a cool one.
Look at that. And
I just got the Sour Punch. But it's
Show
pretty cool.
the people.
Rise Fuel. Are these new?
They told me they were.
They look new. I've never seen it.
Yep. Cotton candy,
And
Sugar
then-
Sean.
Yeah, Sour Punch looks like a green apple.
Yep.
Green apple taste.
Hey, one sip. Everybody knows the rules.
Everybody knows rules. Cheers.
That's the sexiest sound ever, man.
I know.
Opening an energy drink.
Ooh, smells sour.
Mine smells sugary.
Ooh. What do you think?
It's delicious, but it's not really.
Is it sweet? Is it really sweet?
It's sweet.
Yeah.
Cotton candy-ish. It's not necessarily cotton candy-ish. Tastes more Starbursty,
Ooh, okay.
but it's good.
Okay. What are you giving it?
Well, if I were to rate it on cotton candy, I would say not that good, maybe a 7. But if I'm rating it on overall flavor, like Starburst, I like Starburst. I'd give it like an 8.5.
8.5?
Yeah.
Are you grabbing it again? Would you grab it off the shelf?
Yeah.
You see it in the stores?
Yeah, 100%. 200 milligrams of caffeine, too. Can't beat that. Sugar Sean, Rise Fuel, get after it. What about yours?
Yeah, so I'm not a huge green apple fan, but
Neither am I.
this is just a hint of green apple. Like, it's not overpowering. You know how some green apple products just like punch you right in the fucking mouth with green apple? And it has a nice sour hit to it. Like,
Good.
boom. But it's
Yeah,
not
if it's going to be
sour.
apple, it's got to be more sour.
Yeah, so more sour than green apple, and I like that. I would do it again. For me not being a green apple fan, I would buy this again.
You would?
Yeah, I give it 8. 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Yeah.
There you
It's
go,
good.
people.
It's nice. Rise does good. I feel like their their canned drinks are good.
Yeah. 90% of the time. Like their one country time lemonade I did not like at all.
Oh, you know
And
what?
people were like, "Oh, that's so good." And everybody
Yeah.
was like loving it. I was like, "No, fuck that." But Rise, go check them out. Not bad.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Sick.
Cool. That's our first ever Black Sheep Narrative podcast review.
Yeah, this is good.
I got a story to tell you about
This
last
is
night,
good
dude.
shit. What'd you get into last
Look at
night?
these, man. Look at these.
Oh, God. Check those stunning shades out.
Dude, this is the prime lenses.
Like Deion Sanders?
So, dude,
prime?
I've had these, and I got invited to a poker game last night.
How'd you do?
So they were like, show up to your poker game. Like, it's going to start at 7 p.m. and we'll probably go to like 1 a.m. or whatever.
Yeah.
So I broke out the prime glasses, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got to be in the zone. Can't let people know, like, my moves and stuff. I was like, these motherfuckers messed up. They invited the wrong dude to their fucking poker tournament. Show up, boom. It's 12-person tournament. First hand in, they deal the cards. I don't have shit, so I fold, right?
Okay.
Second hand in, I get a 4-3.
Okay.
I got a 4 in my hand. I got a 3 in my hand. Dealer flops. It's got like a 3, a queen, a king. I got a 3 in my hand.
Pairs.
Oh,
Feeling
I'm
good.
feeling it. They flop again. It's like a 7-6, whatever. But I go all in. I'm betting that nobody has better than a pair of 3s.
Damn.
And I went all in. And let me tell you what happened, dude. With these prime shades on, baby.
Yeah.
Guess what?
Huh.
I lost everything. But the good news, I got to go home. I was in bed by 9. I didn't have to deal with all that shit. But the glasses did not help me out.
Not at all.
At all. I am not a poker player.
I love how you went all in on hand 2. Like, let's see what they got.
You got a pair of threes.
Time to bust.
Feeling good.
Yeah. Dude, I love, like, poker's fun to me, but, like, it takes so fucking long.
Yeah.
Like, it just starts.
I lose interest super quick.
That's the thing, right? And then it always comes down to, like, you versus another person, and then it's just like, fuck it, all in, you know?
Yep. Yeah.
That's how it always, because you're
so
just done with it.
I just saved my time.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, money's going to a good cause. I'm getting out. Like, I'm done. I don't care. I don't want to sit here till 1 o'clock in the morning. Listen to these dudes bicker and argue and sit there and stare at each other, look at their cards and stare at each other and look at their cards.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that. I'm out. And then I ended up shortly thereafter, it was like I stuck around for a little bit longer, you know, to hang out with them and stuff. And I ended up convincing Clay, who was also there. I was like, go all in. Go all in. He did, and he lost his ass. So I was like, hey, you went out like a champ, dude.
Hey, yeah.
Fuck these pussies. Like,
Yeah.
where did you go? Just, no, I fold. Oh.
We did our taxes yesterday, at least the business taxes. So,
Oh, God.
yeah, not bad. Joe's the wizard, dude.
I'm scared
Are you?
to do mine this year.
Did you get a sign up yet? Did you get a date yet to go in?
No.
Okay.
I haven't even got all my shit together.
Yeah.
I got so much shit.
Yeah.
But
I get that.
We'll see.
It gives me heartburn. I was like, fuck it, I got to get it done. So.
I hear you. Last podcast, we were here for the Super Bowl.
We were, and I told you how it was going to end up.
How did you know?
Huh?
How did you know?
Scripted. Joe Biden said it. Joe Biden on Instagram said that it was all scripted. I told you.
Joe Biden said it was
I sent
scripted?
you that post.
Oh, is it?
The one with the his red eyes coming out?
Yeah.
It's Joe Biden's official Instagram, which is not him posting. But I think the caption was like, Chiefs, we did it. And it's supposed to be a play on how they're saying that the NFL is scripted.
Yeah.
But maybe it is scripted. Maybe they're just trying to fucking...
Yeah, that fucking game, dude. I tell you what, pissed me off.
49ers should have went for it.
They should have.
They shouldn't have kicked the field goal. They should have known that Patrick Mahomes was going to drive down that field and score a touchdown.
Well, they shouldn't have elected to receive the ball in overtime. They should have kicked in overtime.
Yeah.
That leaves the ball in their hands to go for victory.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they put the ball in Mahomes' hands last.
For victory.
For victory.
And he's ice cold when he gets the chance.
Fucking God, pisses me off.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it?
No, I told you I wasn't going to.
I didn't want to, but we went over to our buddy's house. They had it on. They had like all these like little betting games going. It made it fun.
Yeah, which sounded fun.
So yeah, I won some money on that because it was all random. So like I drew Christian McCaffrey's name. Like you'd put money in a bucket and you draw names, and if that person scores, then you win the bucket. So I drew Christian McCaffrey's name when he scored that first touchdown.
Oh, sick. So you won something?
Yeah, and then I won on their who was their Blakely or I don't know, their kicker. He scored a field goal, and so I won the bucket on that too. So yeah, I walked away with money.
Nice.
But yeah, so that wasn't tight. But we left their house, and I was like, what the fuck happened? Because when we left their house, the 49ers were up by like 7 points.
Yeah.
And I got home, and then the Chiefs were up by 3. I was like, what the fuck happened? He only lives like 4 miles away.
Yeah.
So I missed the block field goal kick. And, yeah, I don't know, whatever. But, hey, the good news is the Swiftie fans are ecstatic
Thank
right
God.
now.
Thank
right?
God. Yeah. Well, the Swiftie fans are actually pissed right now. So I've seen the drama going down. They think that Travis Kelce's a bad influence on Taylor Swift.
Because he's a partier.
He's a party animal, and they think that he's dragging T Swift down with him.
If they think there's much worse out there. She could have landed Jason Kelce. Did you see videos of him, dude, at the party wearing the luchador mask, the wrestler, and he was up on the DJ booth with his shirt off dancing? I was like, oh my God. Yeah. Jason's getting it. Love it. Love that dude.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's over. At least it was a good game. Like, I mean, overtime for the Super Bowl, you know. But yeah, I mean, it felt like the Chiefs were headed for that. Anyways,
destined to win.
Destined to win with T-Swizzle on their side.
What about the KC shooting, though?
I know. I know. That was kind of wild.
Have you read up?
I guess
it was like gang-related or like drug-related or some shit. Obviously, it wasn't an act of terrorism. But dude, killed one guy and injured 22 more.
Yeah.
And was it just with a pistol?
I didn't read too much into it, but I know that it sounded like a dispute between two juveniles because they have two juveniles in custody right now.
Oh, is it juveniles?
Yeah, that's what the news was reporting. And then but like, how does it get to like a dispute between two people and then there's 20 people that are injured?
Right.
They were just spraying bullets on the.
Awesome, man. Because they showed the dude, like, they actually have videos of the one guy trying to run away and he gets tackled.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I wasn't sure if he was, like, shooting at people who were trying to stop him, too. Like,
yeah.
But craziness, dude. So, like, there's just a lot of fucking weird people out there, man.
Yeah, it was kind of a wild week for the past week, I feel like. Yeah, and then people were getting pissed at Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce because they were seen at a bar after the parade, like drinking, and they're like, how could you do that? How could you go to the bar after you just saw a shooting or
were they even there,
like,
though? Because the parade had already ended,
yeah,
right? Like they were probably already gone.
They were like, it's disrespectful. Like,
stay in your lane.
Yeah, exactly. Anything to.
Were they the only two in the bar?
I don't know.
I guarantee there were other people in the bar, but they're the only ones getting called out because they're
fucking ridiculous. It's just hit pieces, more or less.
Fuck, people just drive me nuts. Everybody's got a fucking opinion and got to state it. Here we are with our podcast, stating ours.
Yeah, the only opinions that matter.
Yeah. But let's go through some other news then, too, man. Like,
yeah.
Fuck. There's
I know.
A lot going on,
Let's
baby.
go down the rabbit hole. Did you see the Idaho pass that sex offenders can get the death penalty now? I don't know what the stipulations are. Like, did you read into it? Like, what
I didn't. I was reading about
it
it on Friday night. Yeah, I was reading about it, and I was like, hell yeah. Like, no, I don't know what constitutes it, just that child predators or pedophiles can face not killing squad, but the death penalty.
Death penalty, but I don't know what the death penalty technically is in Idaho.
I don't think they really, is
it lethal injection?
So there's different variations, because the thing is, like, the lethal injection, a lot of those chemicals, they can't even get their hands on. They're so difficult. So now they actually leave it up to the person who's being, like, wasn't there someone recently who was just killed by firing squad because they couldn't get their hands on the lethal injection?
Was it in Idaho? Oh, no, it wasn't Idaho. It was in, like, Texas, right?
Yeah, I think it was in Texas. So so that's becoming a thing. And now they just tried, I don't know if you saw, but they just tried this new form of, it's not lethal injection, but basically they did like a gas thing, and they weren't sure how it was going to, they weren't sure if it was going to be humane. Like, they tested it, but they didn't test it on human subjects. So this guy that was just, he was facing the death penalty. He was the first person to go through this different type of gas thing, and I guess it worked. Like,
yeah,
he was killed instantly. So so they're coming up with different ways. So I don't know if there's any one way that you're committed to when it comes to death sentence, because you're kind of at the mercy of what you. It
just depends on what you can, what the state can get their hands on.
Right, because I forget what it is, but one of the chemicals is like near impossible to get your hands on now.
Because it's supposed to be humane to do the lethal injection, right?
Right.
It's supposed to be quick, painless.
So they say painless. Who the fuck knows? But yeah, it's supposed to be quick. Who knows?
Yeah.
Because I think it just pretty much just stops your heart. You just kind of fade away.
Yeah, I think there's like 2 injections, right? There's like a liquid that, like, maybe that's like the painless liquid. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just speaking out of my ass.
Who knows?
I've just watched movies and they're like the one liquid, and then I forget what movie. Oh, you know what movie it is? What's that movie about? Who in the 300? The main guy in 300. What's his name? The actor.
Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
He his family. He sees his family get raped, and then he like does the same thing to the guy, and he goes to jail.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Jamie Foxx too.
Yes.
Yeah. I can't remember the name of it.
That's a fucking great.
Let us know.
Great
let us know
movie,
if you guys remember the name of that movie.
I think he mixed the drugs in that movie for lethal injection for one guy, like, so it was like freaking. Yeah.
God, what was that? I don't remember. But he was like a scientist, a techie dude, and did all these crazy
Try to
shits
get out
get
of
revenge
prison.
and kill everybody. Yeah.
He was killing
wild.
everybody that was in part of that case because I think the guy walked or like got a
Yeah.
lesser sentence.
Yeah.
So he was
That
like,
was a good movie.
fuck the DA, fuck the lawyers. Yeah, it's pretty good. Back to the Idaho. So the bill known as House Bill 15 received a significant majority vote in the Idaho House, passing with a 56-12 margin, which is huge. The bill targets sex offenders convicted of engaging in lewd or, I don't know that word, acts with children younger than 12 years, proposing the death penalty under certain aggravating circumstances.
Okay.
The legislation will also challenge the 2008 Supreme Court verdict, which ruled that executing individuals for the rape of a child under 12 where the victim does not die contravenes the Eighth Amendment ban on cruel and unusual punishment. So it extends the death penalty to sex offenders convicted of a certain sex crimes against children under the age of 12.
Under the age of 12.
Under the age of 12 is the big thing. That's heavy shit.
Yeah, but dude, I'm for it. Like, you not for it?
No, it's
I know we sometimes have opposing views, but like pedophilia, in my opinion, man, like
I don't.
motherfuckers.
Well, I mean, that's what I worked on. Like that was the majority of my cases down in Mountain Home when I was an investigator. So I saw that side of it, and there's no really rehabilitation that they have found for
not
pedophiles.
for these sick fuckers.
Like in this. So it's like, okay, we keep them in jail, and there's no rehabilitation in jail, right? So you just keep them for 20 years, and then you get out, and then they usually repetitive, right?
Yeah.
And
right
what they're
back to their old
finding
ways.
with statistics too, like especially when we talk about counseling, is like the majority of sex offenders or pedophiles were sexually abused when they were children. So it repeats the act. So what they're doing with the children when they do this with these children,
like a virus,
more or less, and then those children grow up and they're fucked, and they might repeat that. So the cycle just repeats itself over and over again, you know? So I agree. I mean, I don't know. I think it's good. I don't think the taxpayers should be housing these individuals. I don't think that there's rehabilitation for these individuals. Should they get life or the death penalty? I don't, I'm kind of, I kind of lean towards the death penalty.
Here's
but
the
it's
thing:
hard,
is I think the death penalty would be an easier, because thinking about it from the humane side of it, right? You know what happens to pedophiles in prison, right?
True.
These motherfuckers are gonna get worked over. They're gonna get raped. They're gonna get fucking beat up. Probably gonna get killed. Like most prisoners, that's the code in prison. They don't deal with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, and the thing is, too, is usually death penalties, like, it takes forever to, like, they spend 20 years in prison, even if they get the death penalty or whatever. It takes a long fucking time to get them.
I don't know why that is. Yeah.
I don't either. Is it the backlog, or, like, why can't they just, like, you get the death penalty, okay, 1 year from now, or whatever?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, but
Maybe make them feel some torture before.
Yeah.
Because it's obviously not a backlog. It's not like there's a waiting list. Like every day someone's being, right?
Yeah.
Like, who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know if there's different legislation laws. Or I don't know what they have to go through, but
yeah,
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. Like, in my mind, like I don't think that there is rehabilitation, at least from my perspective, and all the statistics and studies that I've seen for these types of crimes. It's more or less like, should we? In my mind, it's like, do we keep them in prison forever, or do we give them the death penalty? But I don't think that they should be coming back into society. Yeah. But it's like, what is more humane, more or less?
Yeah.
And I can go back and forth on that, but
yeah, I feel you. I mean, you're looking at it from retrospectively from different angles and stuff, but I'm just fuck them.
Give them the death. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I definitely see that point of view too. You know.
So you've been keeping up on the Russia shit?
Well, yeah, a little bit. Is there any big news that came out?
Yeah.
Oh, of the guy that opposes Vladimir Putin?
Yeah. So Alexei Navalny, he was like the biggest opposer of President Putin, Vladimir Putin. And he was arrested, thrown into like this secluded prison in Russia, like north of the Arctic Circle. Like he's in no man's land, right? Oh, he ends up being murdered in prison. And they're saying that basically the prison guards all but confessed to like, yeah, we fucking killed this dude. And so, but now this has spiraled out of control, right? So now there's like here, they have this article up here. So over 400 detained in Russia as country mourns the death of Alexei Navalny. So now all these people are protesting, people are being arrested. But the biggest thing is now, you know, Joe Biden has stepped in and said, hey, this just shows what type of a brutal fucking, you know, just crazy man Putin is, and we need to send more aid to Ukraine.
Yeah.
Which that's kind of the frustrating piece. But it's kind of crazy because, you know, Putin's denying this, like he had no involvement in this guy's death. So you're hearing two different sides of the story.
Yeah.
But it is kind of interesting. I mean, this was his biggest opposer in a Russian prison, ends up murdered.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
and he was put in like the most secluded prison in Russia, north of the Arctic Circle, like far, far away from where he was at.
Yeah, I think I was reading that he like escaped poisoning like X amount of times. Like there's been attempts on this guy's life for
he survived.
Yeah, he survived X amount of attempts on his life. But
yeah.
How long has Putin been in power in Russia?
Forever, it feels like. I don't know.
Has it been like 20 years?
Something like that.
Is it more than that?
Dude, he's been in that power seat forever.
Yeah, and I think elections are coming up, but technically, like they do have elections, but it's Putin that wins.
Right.
Right.
Right. So here's the other crazy thing. So so this guy gets murdered. This all kind of coming out about the same time. This is also during where 3 days ago, Russian had their biggest advance in the Ukraine. They just overtook the second biggest city in Ukraine, in central Ukraine too, like central Ukraine. So this is like the biggest advancement that they've seen, and a huge victory for Putin and the Russian army. But now with this, you know, we'll see. And then Zelensky was at the international conference this past weekend asking for more aid, you know, basically talking about the destruction and everything that's going on. So it's still like full bore happening. It may not be in the news as much.
Yeah.
But the timing's just also ironic. You know?
Dude, well, did you see that we passed another aid bill this week?
To Ukraine?
Ukraine.
And to Israel.
You know who didn't get funding?
Who?
The border. They had it up and they ixnayed the border. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a frustrating piece to me. Like, yeah. I don't get it. It's super frustrating.
Why? Like, that's my big question. I mean, what is the big play on that? Like, why can't we fund the border? Why can't is it so deadlocked because it's the Republicans that want to fund the border and then it's the Democrats that are just opposing the Republicans, so they just do it to oppose them? Or is there something bigger in play? Because it feels like there's something fucking bigger in play.
Much bigger in play that we're looking at. But to my thing is like all the billions of dollars we've sent over in aid. Like we're already in we own the biggest amount of debt out of all the countries.
Yeah,
we're the ones that are in the biggest amount of debt. And who do we owe the debt to?
Other countries,
but mostly China.
Yeah.
Right? Like we're in debt to China, huge, and they're our biggest opposing force. And we keep spending all this money and sending aid to Ukraine, and China's backing Russia.
Yeah.
It just feels like we're digging ourselves this huge pit. And I'm no politician, so I don't know all the ins and outs, but it's scary for me, man. We can't protect our borders. We're not focusing our money here where it needs to be. We're sending our money outwards to other allies. But is Ukraine ever going to repay us that money?
No.
Is Israel?
No.
And we're sending billions, and we owe trillions to China.
Yes.
Where does it stop?
I don't know. That's the scary part.
Right.
Like, why is it this way?
I don't know. I don't know if there'll ever be an answer. But here's the other crazy thing. So with all the Russian disputes, all right, we have the conflict with Russia invading Ukraine, Biden saying, all right, we need to send more money to Ukraine to support them against Russia. So Putin was asked this past week what he thought about the next presidential election, who he would like to see in office.
Did he say Joe Biden?
He did.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
He said he prefers to see Joe Biden. He's a more experienced president. He's like, I would prefer him over Donald Trump. Like, what? So was that just a play? Like,
it's a play. It's a play. It's definitely a play.
He just doesn't want.
Well, he admitted that he hasn't met Joe Biden since he got elected in 2020, right? That he talked to Tucker Carlson about that. If you look at the U.S. and see what we're going through and see how Joe Biden can't even talk anymore, hardly, right? He's a shell of himself. It's like, why wouldn't you want Joe Biden?
That's right.
Donald Trump is going to come in and fucking lay the hammer down.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
Yeah. God. It's a crazy time, man. And then speaking of, and I don't like keeping these all political, but there's just a lot of politics in the news right now. But
it's interesting.
You saw Donald Trump was hit with the $355 million fine from New York City for his fraud case and stuff. So now all these pro-Trump supporters who are truckers are refusing to deliver goods to New York City. So there's like all this shit that New York City needs, and it's not going anywhere because the truckers are like, fuck you.
Damn.
Like, God damn.
I mean, that's one way to speak up for what you believe in, right? Regardless if you're a Donald Trump fan or whatever. It's like, okay. Non-violence, you know?
Right.
Like,
speak through action.
Right?
Yeah. Or lack of action.
Lack of action. Yeah. It's all the truckers, man.
Truckers been getting wild,
getting
man.
After it, dude.
Truckers are like, fuck it. We're COVID. They're like, hey, we're shutting down then. We aren't going to deliver if you're not going to. The Texas border thing. Yeah. Truckers United going down there in support of Texas.
Yeah.
I mean, but
the Canadian truckers?
The Canadian truckers, yeah.
That was fucked, dude. That was like, they shut down their bank accounts. Yeah. The Canadian government, that's what's scary. We talk about if we just go to digital currency.
Oh, yeah. Like, you have no control.
What's his name? Trudeau? Mm-hmm. The Prime Minister of, is he Prime Minister, President, whatever, of Canada? Yeah, shut down their bank accounts so they couldn't use any of their money. And they forced them to fucking. Money.
Yeah.
Scary, man. That's the scary part of digital currency.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, too. I mean, look at Canada, too. They got rid of all their guns. There's no handguns allowed in Canada anymore. Like, I'm pretty fortunate. I know that there's a lot going on in our world, but we're still pretty fortunate for the rights that we do have.
Fuck yeah, Second Amendment, man, and the NRA, like, there's a lot of money in that. That's, like, and a lot of lobbyists that are able to go to Washington. And, I mean, that was probably one of the... I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, the Constitution itself is brilliant, right? Mm-hmm. We're the only country, really the only country in the world that has a Constitution, and that's the only reason why they can't take away our fucking guns, because they've tried, right, multiple times, and it's gotten shut down because of strictly the Second Amendment that was written in fucking 1776 or whatever, whenever the fucking Declaration of Independence was.
Yeah,
written.
1776.
Right.
75.
Maybe a year old, maybe a year before, because they had to send it via boat over to. But seriously, Express. Man, like, think about, like, that's really the only thing that separates us from us and the true government. If anything were to go down, like, that we still have the ability to bear arms. Yeah. Like, if we didn't have that ability, we're basically laying over, being like, okay, you can do whatever the fuck you want to us, more or less. Yeah. We don't have a way to fight back.
And speaking of guns, you had the cop thing.
Dude, can you look it up?
Yeah. What?
Go on YouTube.
YouTube?
Go on YouTube.
Okay.
It probably is going to be under like Acorn police officer.
Acorn police officer.
Yeah. See if.
All right, let's see what we got here. Is this it?
News about the Florida gunshot. Yeah, that's it.
Shut the
but is
fuck
it going to
up.
show?
No way.
Yeah, I swear. Look at him
All right.
fucking.
All right, let's take a look at this.
He's just walking. There he goes.
Oh, Acorn! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Oh! In the patrol vehicle?
No, there was a pedestrian walking on that street. He's still fucking firing, dude.
What? In the car! I was shot through the car! Oh!
Do you know your tag number off the top of your head? Okay, it's okay.
Stealing his girlfriend's car was in the back seat.
What? What? Let's go! Where? Right there?
Oh shit!
Jesse! Jesse, are you okay? Get in the house! Get in the house! Jesse! Get back! Get back! Where is he? Where is he?
Yeah, he was in the vehicle.
43, give me traffic. Shots fired. Shots fired. I got a deputy down. Jesse, how are you? Okay.
Oh.
Get back!
Look, we seen striking the top of the officer's patrol car. The officer said
Get
he
back!
thought
Get back! I'm not gonna tell you go!
gunshot
Get
and
back!
believed he'd been hit.
Get back! Get her! Get her and get her back now! No!
So the dude's, oh my god.
So the dude's in the patrol car.
Did he get killed?
Did you see anything on my vest?
Unharmed by the incident, said
Didn't
it
get
left
hit.
him traumatized.
Have
He
my
didn't get
legs went
hit?
numb.
No.
Holy fuck.
I don't know. My legs went numb for a second. I heard a pop come from.
Go this way. Can you move?
Yeah.
I got the bike.
That was one of
So-
the wildest ones I've seen in a while.
God damn. So people, yeah, we probably should have prefaced with this. So this cop, as you just saw in this video, holy shit. So he arrested a suspect,
Yes, he was in the
put him
back
in
of
the
the patrol
back of
car.
the vehicle, and as he's walking around, an acorn fell and hit the top of the car. And the dude, but he flops on the ground, I'm hit, and starts just shooting, unloading on the car.
Yes.
Then his partner comes running out and starts unloading her gun on the car because he's like, he's shooting at us. And that dude didn't get hit once.
Not once.
He was in the cop car just taking shrapnel from all sides over an acorn. Holy fuck. So what happened to this cop?
He got relieved of duty. He got kicked off the force.
Jesus Christ. Like, that's a lot. Like, that motherfucker, he better win some money.
Oh, he's going to win a lot of money. Yeah, he's going to sue the fuck. You know that lawyers are coming to him like, you ready to win? You ready to make some money?
Like, over an acorn, dude. So, police body camera footage shows Florida officer, oh, of course it's going to be in Florida, opening fire on a black man handcuffed in a patrol vehicle after mistaking a fallen acorn for a gunshot. The man was unharmed, but said it left him traumatized.
I'd be fucking traumatized, too.
And some, oh man, you claiming trying to get to, yeah, you'd be traumatized for life, having bullets flying through a fucking car that you're sitting in, handcuffed so you can't move. Because when you're handcuffed in a vehicle, they also seat buckle you in, so you can't, like, oh shit, oh shit. The officer later resigned while under investigation. Oh, so he resigned.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Now he's gonna claim PTSD
From acorns?
dude. Oh my fucking god! Have you? Sorry to go down this fucking rabbit hole, dude. There was a cop in Colorado. Dude. It is. I don't want to show it because it's really fucked up. Hotel. They got a call from the hotel saying that there was loud music being played, right? And he thought that this person had a gun. So like, this person is like drunk, right? And like the cop is giving him orders. He has his AR-15 up, and the cop is giving him orders. And the guy's like crying. He's like, "Please don't shoot me." He's in this hotel hallway. He's like, "Get on the fucking ground." And he's like, "Okay." And he's drunk, dude. He's like, "Okay." And he starts like crawling to the cop, and the cop's still giving him orders. And the guy's like, "Please, just don't shoot me. I don't have a gun." He's like, "I don't have anything." And the cop's like, "Well, fucking, I don't know." He's like, "Turn around," or like flip around. And he sees like, he tries to like flip around, but the cop thought that he was fucking going into his shorts to grab something and just unloads on the fucking guy, dude.
With an AR?
With an AR. Dude, shoots him like 10 times, 15 times. The guy didn't have anything. And the cop ended up resigning. The cop ended up claiming PTSD from the incident and ended up winning and is now getting paid out.
He's not in jail?
He's not in jail.
The guy died?
No, the guy died. He's not
He should be in jail.
Yes, he should be in jail. And there's a big
Manslaughter.
Yes.
At least.
Yeah. So if I'm pretty sure it was in Colorado, but you guys can look it up too. I don't want to show it because it's fucked up. But yeah, people are fucking livid again. This was like years ago. I remember watching it and be like, "Oh my fucking God." But yeah, this goes to show, like, and I was talking to you prior about this. You can see on the body cam footage. I watched the body cam footage, and people were saying he has a KIA bracelet, which for those of you who don't know, it's usually like a metal bracelet you get.
Black one. Yep.
Like if you're deployed and you have buddies or people that die, they get the bracelet of their names on it and their rank and the years that they lived. And this guy had it, so. Again, we don't know the backstory of this officer, but a lot of them were saying that he might have PTSD from being in the military, and maybe that's why he kind of freaked out. But I don't know.
I think that a couple things. Oh, man.
Let's go.
I know people are going to hate me for saying
Say
this,
it.
but if someone has PTSD, they probably shouldn't be serving on the force.
That's the big critique. That's a big critique. The problem is that even if you had military members that had PTSD and that came in, a lot of police officers get PTSD throughout their time in the force from the amount of encounters and the amount of disputes. So how do you mitigate that too?
Yeah, no, but I think there's different, and yeah, I guess it's hard. It would be hard to write policy to encompass this because if you have a police officer who gets PTSD from being on the force, that's a different type of PTSD, right? Like normally, if they get PTSD while being on the job, I feel like they learn through experience, right? So versus a combat soldier in a war zone with PTSD, hitting IEDs, shit like that. So you have like these soldiers who have PTSD where they see a baggie on the side of the road, they freak out because it could be an IED. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Because a gunfire, like something like this, the Acorn, like a garbage can slamming, just the sound of the bam, get, oh, fuck, real anxious. So you put a gun in someone's hand like that and they react. It's not good, but you're right. Like you can't really write policy to be like, okay, well, if they were a wartime guy and they had PTSD, but there's got to be some sort of training. There's got to be some sort of way to predict this, like to see this outcome. I don't know. Like they use those simulators, right?
Yeah.
Like, we use them in the Army a lot, and you could always tell, like, oh fuck, like, we did those visual simulators.
Yeah, we did too.
And you knew, man. I don't want to call him out and be like, damn, Cortez is trigger happy, dude. What the fuck are you doing? Cortez would be over there fucking be like, dude, you need to, hey, Chief, you can put him at the back of the fucking platoon, dude. We don't want him up front. He's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the way to do it, but those always help me identify, like, shit, we got some loose cannons on our squad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have a good answer for it, but it's just crazy to watch. Like an Acorn spun this guy, and he unloaded how many clips? Because he released clip, boom, reloads, fires again. You got at least 30 rounds he sent through that truck or through that vehicle.
I don't know.
Plus, she started unloading.
She fired, yeah.
Like, you're unloading that many?
Yeah.
Because that's the other thing. If shots are fired, okay, you return fire, and there's nothing happening.
Yeah.
There's nothing coming back at you. You're going to keep firing? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
To go back on your point about PTSD, like from what I'm learning in counseling in the classes, like trauma is indistinguishable in your brain. So you can't distinguish between if you were in the military and got PTSD. Like there is no distinguishable like PTSD from being in the force versus PTSD with being in the military. Like it's not going to be distinguishable. Your brain's going to react the same way both ways, like with trauma in general. I think that they need to do like the police forces need to do more of like getting these people into counseling. I mean, I know that like Ada County, when I talk to my buddies on there, like they have yearly checkups, but it's more or less they just check the boxes. And a lot of them aren't pushed to go see counseling, like, and try to see a therapist and work. Dude, you're seeing crazy shit, man. Like the amount of shit that even like in Ada County that they're seeing, you would think like, my buddy tells me every week he's seeing fucking dead bodies, dude.
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, that shit's not natural for to see. And as a police officer, like if you're seeing that on a weekly basis over 20 years,
it's going to wear on you.
It's going to fuck you up, dude.
Yeah. And I guess that's what, like, you're speaking more from experience, like you're dealing with the healing side of it, right?
Yeah.
The therapeutic side of it. For me, like, yeah, and you're absolutely right. For me, it's just, I guess I look at it because there are varying levels to PTSD, and it's
definitely,
and so it's very difficult to, like, I don't know what's going on in someone else's brain, and I still don't fully understand it, even though I have it. But like, I have buddies who have the night terrors, you know, that wake up screaming, and like I said, there's a couple of my buddies that I was deployed with that I'm kind of like, man, what the fuck? Like, we went through the same shit, but you're like way fucked up.
Oh yeah,
you know, and I don't know how to put my finger on it. And it's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. So there's it affects people differently. And
well, it's just variable because it's like the worst day of your life is still the worst day of your life. And I look at that and say like that, I wouldn't even like, that's easy for me. Like that's just a Sunday for me, you know, depending on my life and how I grew up and that kind of stuff. But some people have a really good life and good upbringing and don't see violence and grow up in like the slums and weren't like, they had a good childhood and good family and good parents. And then they're exposed to that level of violence and they're okay because they have the comforting of family support, friends support, like they can get through it, where other people don't have that and it just fucking breaks them, you know? And sometimes it's vice versa. Sometimes you can't call it. Sometimes you have all that support and you're pushed and you see violence and it still cracks your brain.
Yeah, it's
dude.
something that you're not used to. It's so far off on the other spectrum that it just fucks you up.
Yeah.
Where someone who came from a hardened area, it might not be so rough because they've already been through the shit.
Yeah.
You know? So
yeah, because like for
it's difficult. So I'm not trying to throw stones or anything, but ultimately, oh fuck, dude. The one video of the guy, it's called the Nutcracker. Those dicks. But I'm not trying to throw stones, but ultimately, like, yeah, this is what he did, and he's got to deal with the consequences.
Dude, it just goes back. I mean, I'm going to fucking toot this horn as long as I'm in grad school and learning about counseling, but like, if you're dealing with trauma and PTSD, there's amazing things that is coming out of therapy. Like, dude, there's so much crazy shit that I'm learning about that's like, how is this not mainstream?
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Like some of the theories and some of the practical stuff that they do to like help you with subconscious and trauma is fucking crazy. And it works.
Yeah.
It fucking works. It sounds fucking crazy. Like hypnosis sounds fucking nuts, dude.
Hypnosis?
Yeah, but it works.
You just have to have someone legit that knows how to...
Well, you need to have the right therapist,
right.
And you need to have the right person that is actually going to do that. You can't have someone come in that doesn't believe in that stuff because it's not going to work for them. Yeah. So the therapist has to figure out, okay, like, do you believe in this stuff? Okay, like, we're going to do this. We're going to try this. So, because if you're not all in, it's not going to work for you.
Right. You're going to be combative.
There's other ways, right? But there's other, like, you pull out your fucking toolkit and you're like, okay, that doesn't, like, you don't want to do that or whatever. I have another thing we can do.
Yep, let's try this. Yep.
There's so much stuff, dude. So, but
You're right, but I think that, and to your point, like even on the police force and Army, and I dealt with it when I was in too, there's just a stigma around mental health, right? Like you're viewed when I was in, and I feel like times are starting to change and people are becoming more open to it. But like when I was in, if I had to go to my chain of command and be like, hey, I need to go speak to mental health, it was almost like you were weak.
Yeah.
And I know that has to probably happen in the police force too. It's these alpha fucking groups, and but you don't want to be viewed as weak, so you just opted not to go.
Yeah, I think we're definitely breaking the stigma. I mean, look at all of the Delta Force operators and all the people, even like Andrew that we talked to, and all these people that are fucking bad motherfuckers that are contractors, or fucking like Navy SEALs that are coming out and saying like, I was fucked up. And like, I went to see a counselor, I went to do this type of treatment, and it changed my perspective on everything, you know? Yeah. It's not a sign of weakness. A weakness is bottling up, dude. I think a weakness is you 100%. Fucking going home and drinking yourself to death every single night because you can't deal with your shit, and not recognizing that you have an issue, but not dealing with it in the proper ways. Yeah. I think that's weakness.
Yeah. I agree.
Like, dude, I don't know.
But it's taken a long time to build this up, and it's with more people speaking out, like you said, the Delta Force guys, and all these people change that perception. Well, and I think also another part of it too, when you're in the military too, the other reason why I wouldn't want to go to mental health is because we were always training, right?
Yeah.
So if you were taking time to go to mental health, it's almost like you have that tight bond with your group.
Yeah.
So like my section was tight. Like that I was chief of was tight. Mm-hmm. And so I felt like if I was going to take time away from them while they're training and I was off, then I was letting them down.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that mentality spirals through with a lot of these guys, and it should almost become a mandatory part of the job, right? Like I know that there was one guy fighting to try and get mental health professionals injected at the unit level.
Yeah, that's a big push. I saw when I was getting out, the Air Force was trying to do that. They have like this component now that is going around, and every month they go to different sections of like the security forces was one, and then they go to like the mechanics is another, and it's like a whole embedded mental health. Yeah, they have nutritionists, they have they have like personal trainers, and then they have a counselor that goes. And they stay for a month, and they put on classes, and then that counselor, you can go to that counselor, and they don't like, there's no records if they don't want any records of it or whatever. They're just like, here, you want to talk? Let's talk. Yeah. You know, and it's not stigmatized or anything. So that was a good push of it. Yeah. But on the swing of things, like before that, I was the same way, dude. None of our people, like with investigations, you could go to mental health to see a counselor or a therapist, but it was looked down upon, and you potentially, whatever you divulged, like if you were telling the truth, they would take away your gun, and then you wouldn't be able to do your job. So, like there was that fine line, so no one did it. No one really did it. And a lot of and unfortunately, the people that did do it, and there's nothing like, the bad rap, the stigma in the military with mental health, and what fucking frustrated me, and that's kind of what pushed me to go that route, was when I had my buddies go see a mental health counselor, they wanted to put a Band-Aid on the problem, right? They didn't, not to say that the counselors didn't have the tools in the military to help these people. They really didn't have the time to help these people. There are so many fucking people going, and to actually deal with like PTSD or like real trauma takes months, if
it's
not
not just
years.
A one visit and done.
And we don't have that time, dude. I need you to be back in it, right? Mm-hmm. So what's the easy fix? At least for now, Medication. You're really depressed? Boom.
Medication.
SSRIs, here you go, right? You want the big guns? Xanax, let's go. You're not going to feel happy, but you're not going to feel sad. Like you won't want to kill yourself anymore.
You just won't feel.
Yeah, you're a fucking zombie.
Like a fucking robot.
But I need you back. Like we need you back in the force. And guess what? If you can't get back in the force, okay, we're going to have to push you out. Yeah. We're going to have to get you out of the Air Force because I need you to be better, Band-Aided, to get back into the fight so we can deploy you. I don't have time. I can't spend years like trying to get through your shit.
Yeah.
I need you to be okay, just like at a base level, 50%, just as much as you're not going to kill yourself or kill other people. Let's put you back into the force.
If I told you, like, that's how the military is too, man. Like, I remember our pre-deployments, we'd have to go through SRP. I don't know if you guys ever had to do that, but you'd have to go through, basically you go through all, it's like, all right, you're going to fucking Afghanistan. You got to go through all these check stations, and they got to check you off and make sure that you're physically, mentally, capable of going over and meeting the demands of war. And I remember I had to go talk to the psych eval person, and they're like, do you have PTSD? It's like, yeah. And they're like, so, what's going on with PTSD? Do you sleep? No, not really. And the lady kind of looks at me, and she was like, how many hours? I was like, I don't know, 3 hours a night. And she was like, she kind of gives me and I was like, what? And she's like, if you tell me, she's like, I'm just saying, if you tell me you're only getting 3 hours of sleep tonight, I have to mark you as undeployable. And I was like, okay, 6 hours of sleep. And she was like, I was like 7. And she was like, marked it. Yeah, no shit. And then they did the same thing with my drinking. They're like, how many drinks do you think you have a night? And I was like, fuck, I don't know, a bottle every other night. And they're like, no. And I was like, what? I was like, you tell me the answer. And they're like, you drink 3 beers a week. I was like, 3 beers a week then. Boom. All right, you're good to go. Like, they basically walked me through what to say so I could deploy. But I think that the reason they do that is because if they let people answer honestly and they put that number down on the paper, half the soldiers would be deploying.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah.
We'd be under strength. So they would literally they would help me, guide me to the right answer.
Yeah.
What I needed to say.
And in the back,
even when I went into my second deployment, when I went in for my hearing, because my hearing was already fucked from my first deployment, and I failed. I failed 3 times, and they kept sending me through until I passed, so I could deploy. I failed 3 fucking times.
And I'm sure in the back of your mind, it's like, I don't want to let my people down too.
No, I wanted to go.
Yeah,
dude,
exactly.
I loved deployments.
Yeah.
Like, deployments is what I was joined the fucking military for,
Yeah.
And being in garrison, for those of you who haven't been in the military, being in garrison life sucks. Like, when you're here stateside, it's cool that you're with your family. You can go home and see my daughter and my wife at nighttime. But sitting in the bay all day long, half the time not doing anything, or else cleaning and shit, cleaning your weapons, just fucking sucked. Deployments is where it at. Because, dude, you go out in deployments, you went out on a mission, you went and fucked shit up. You got to come back and play video games, watch TV, sleep, whatever.
Work out.
Like, work out. Yep, that was it. You went out on a mission, and the missions were fun for me, dude. Like, you're out there fucking, doing physical activity, hiking up and down mountains.
Yeah.
Shooting at shit.
Yeah.
Going in airstrikes. Fucking great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. I mean, it just goes back to goes full circle, and like, it sucks. Like, I don't know if there's any other way to do it with counseling therapy in the military. I don't know if there's any other way to do it.
Yeah. Like you said, it's a time thing.
Like, maybe if there's an embedded counselor and you can get help and they have that time to do it instead of just one therapist on base that's just flooded down.
Oh yeah.
But at the end of the day, they need you to go. So it's like, you only have a set amount of time. And like you said, like, I'm not going to miss that deployment. I'm not going to be that guy.
Yeah.
Because everyone, like, dude, you get a stigma, man. Again, go back to the stigma. Like, you're missing deployment because you said something to them. Like, fucking pussy.
Yeah.
You can't take it.
Kind of, really.
Seriously, right? And then they come back and you're still there and they lost all respect for you, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we had dudes that would stay back on rear D and you'd get back and you'd see this motherfucker.
Be like,
and you'd be
fuck them, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck them. They can't handle it. They shouldn't even be in the Army.
Pretty much.
It's like, they just maybe they just answered honestly.
Maybe.
Yeah,
you felt like, again, you don't know, but you could assume, because you would have guys that were fucked up. Yeah. That had shit going on that couldn't deploy.
Yeah.
But then there were also a couple guys that you're like, all right, bitch. Yeah. Like, you knew they didn't want to deploy. Yeah. They were scared to death, dude. And that's the crazy thing, man. When we deployed, and you know what? Looking back on it now, maybe I was a little bit too rough, but we had this one dude. I don't even want to name drop him, but he was a fast tracker because he was in the military previously. He got out. And when I came in, and that's why I was blown away, because I went to advanced individual training right out of basic. And this motherfucker was a PFC, but he had a cab on, a combat action badge. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, what? How the fuck are you? You're PFC. You got combat action badge. She's like, oh, I'm prior enlisted. So he actually made it up to sergeant, got out for a couple of years, then came back in. So they bumped him back down to PFC. Right?
Yeah.
But I was like, damn, this motherfucker's got a combat action badge. I was like, shit, he's the real deal.
He's high speed, yeah.
Yeah, we ended up going to the same unit. We out of AIT, we both got Fort Knox duty station. Ended up in the same unit. This motherfucker shows up. He's high speed because the platoon sergeants and everything are like, oh, you got a combat action badge. Oh, shit. You know,
Yeah.
So they made him like, you know, kind of upper enlisted.
Yeah.
And then we get over and he gets fast tracked and he gets pinned sergeant before we deploy.
Damn.
Like, damn, this guy's a real deal. We go over there to combat. I'd never seen a bigger bitch in my life. Like, fucking first time, like, dude, we were in Salerno. And so first day we started hitting rockets coming in. Incoming. Shit's exploding. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
that was my first experience too. If I remember the first rocket I heard come in, I think we talked about this, the zipping sound.
Yep,
it's not
zipping.
like it was like, zoop. Like, what the fuck was that? And then boom, we're like, oh shit, chaos, you know, and we're scrambling, we're QRF, so they're like, all right, everybody in the trucks. We had to go fucking out there and try and find guys that are shooting rockets. So we roll out. Next thing I know, this dude who fast tracked and everything was like, nope, I need to be put in a bunker. I need something that's got, you know, these rockets coming in, they're going to take me out. We went out on a mission. We took small arms fire at one point. Mm-hmm. Dude was gone, laying down in the dirt while like everybody else reacted and had to rush, and this dude just laid down. So he was relieved. The chain of command was like, all right, you don't want to be, all right, dude, tower guard, see you later. Get the fuck out of here. But it goes to show, like, so now, like I said, I feel like maybe I was being a bit rough on him, because now that I'm thinking about it and I'm processing all the stuff he said, like, I viewed him as a bitch. But this is also a guy that had been in combat before, so did something happen in his previous one that really shell-shocked him, that made him react that way?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a good question.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know what's going on in someone's head. Like, I just viewed him as a bitch, but...
Yeah. Because there's some guys, like, that can deal with it, right? They have PTSD, they can deal with it, we can get after it still. There's some guys that have PTSD, it fucking cripples them. Like, this is military-wise. Like, I'm going to lay down, I'm not going to move. And then there's the other side of the spectrum where they just become fucking crazy. Like, bloodthirsty. Like, the fucking Navy... I forget that story of the Navy SEAL that was just, like, cut. He was, like, the commander. He was cutting fucking heads off and stuff. It's fucking crazy, dude. Yeah. He was like cutting the fucking. He was. I don't want to butcher it, but like, yeah, he was just like way off the spectrum. He was just bloodthirsty. You know.
Yeah. Have you seen that Apple episode with that Navy SEAL commander that just started killing everybody?
It's probably based on the true story.
Yeah. It's like it's on Apple TV and it's a documentary, and they have a lot of like the cam footage. And this dude's just losing his fucking mind.
That's what I'm talking about.
He just start murdering people.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Pretty sure he went to prison.
Yeah, he went to prison, but then he got bailed out. But he lost his Navy SEAL command. Like, he got kicked out of the Navy SEALs.
Yeah. Lost his trident.
Because the one dude, the one hardcore piece of evidence they had against him was they brought back a prisoner, right, who was still alive.
Yeah.
And they brought him back to this Navy SEAL commander. And you see the dude, like, grab the dude, and he's, like, bleeding out. And he's like, all right, let me aid this guy. And he's like grabbing the guy and shoving him around, and he pulls out a knife. And the one dude, the medic, had his camera on, turned it off. And everybody, like, admitted, they're like, yeah, dude, he started stabbing the dude and made him bleed out even more. And the medic who had the video cam footage, he reneged on his thing and said, no, it was me. After all these guys took, what is that? They all got immunity or whatever for their testimonies.
Yeah.
And the medic was the last guy to get up there, and had he said, yeah, this dude stabbed this dude to death in front of all of us, the dude would have went to prison for life. But the medic kind of got this second heart.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, this guy's got kids and he's got family. I don't want him to go to prison forever. Like, he admitted this.
Yeah.
So he went up on the stand and was like, no, he didn't kill him. I killed him. And everybody was like, what the fuck? And they're like, so they couldn't, because now they have opposing testimonies.
Yeah, so. And
this dude admitting to it, but he's got immunity, so nothing happens to him. Even though he admitted, he's like, I killed him, even though he didn't.
Yeah.
And then the dude, the crazy thing was, is after he got off the stand and stuff, the Navy SEAL got off, lost his command, got kicked out of the military, but he didn't serve any time. And then all these like therapists and like mental health people are like, yeah, he's such a fucking crazy narcissist that he couldn't allow for someone else to take credit for that kill. So after he was released, then he put out a comment on social media like, yeah, it was me. I killed that motherfucker. And what, bitch? And like, yeah, he's a lunatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, narcissist.
Narcissist. Yeah. They're scary motherfuckers, dude.
Yeah, because they don't give a fuck. Like, had no regard for human life.
There's literally nothing you can do, dude. They that's what they believe. They just see the world through their own lens. Yeah. There's nothing you can do about it. Like
they said on the sniper post that he was at, like he was picking off children. He was picking off old men. He was, oh, I see a threat. They got a handgun. Boom. And the dude would be like, you know, the spotter.
Yeah.
With the binos would be like, what the fuck? You just killed a girl. Like, she had a gun. The dude was like, what the fuck? You know? And
yeah.
So his whole team started like turning on him, but you're right. Like, no regard for human life. Didn't care.
Yeah.
He just wanted to kill.
And that could just be with narcissism personality. Like, it might not just be PTSD that pushed him that way. So not to blame trauma for him going crazy, but it could be a little mix of everything.
Oh yeah, I think.
Right.
Yeah, a little bit of fucking
a little bit of this,
psycho,
a little bit of that.
Yeah. Sociopath, like a little bit of everything. But anyways, if you guys do that documentary, I don't even remember what it's called. I'll have to look it up, but it was fucking eye-opening.
On Apple TV?
It's on Apple, but I'm sure you can download it somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
See.
Oh, fuck, dude. It's fucking chaos.
Yeah, I didn't have anything else really in the news outside of, Disease X. Not if, but when.
Fuck that, dude.
They're basically touting that there's another disease, another pandemonium coming. Pandemonium? Another pandemic.
They feed on fear. Dude, I'm just sick of it, dude. I can't even. I have a bad habit. I go down fucking Reddit rabbit hole, and I check the news all the time now for everything that's going on. But it makes you a little fucking batty, dude. It does. You're like, God damn it, the world is crazy. Like, everything's going to shit. What can I do about it? I have no control. I can't do anything. And then you just realize that, like, wait, it is out of my control.
Yeah.
Like, there's really nothing I can do about it.
Dude. Yeah, tell me about it. I was going through the headlines this morning in preparation for this, and it was like, January recorded as the hottest January in global warming. It's like, fuck. Yeah. Now we got to deal with global warming. Oh, fuck. Now we got to deal with Putin. Oh, fuck. Now we got to deal with
everything, right?
Everything, man.
Boom, 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 boom,
yeah,
boom,
because it was like, dude, it seems like the Houthis?
Yeah.
That was the big thing, a week ago?
Yeah. They're gone
now it's back to Russia. It's like, oh, fuck, Putin.
Fucking Russia.
Oh, man.
I know.
It doesn't stop. It's like every week something new.
I know.
Acorn officer.
I know. Yeah, that was just fucking, oh, God. That's fucking nutty, dude. Yeah. Got him.
Nutty.
But you come to realize that, like, dude, you don't... Not to worry about, like, be informed, but at the end of the day, what can you really do?
Control what you can control.
Control your local community, make your local community better, right? I think that there is stuff you can do for state, like you can write, the federal government is really tough to, like, crack, I feel like, and, like, really make an impact on what is going on federally if you're an individual. I don't know. Maybe that's just me being pessimistic, saying, like, maybe you can run for office and become a senator and actually make deals and do the shit that you... But I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the biggest way you can make impact is if you truly do believe in something and something's got you uptight, kind of do your own little therapy session. Just make sure your voice is heard, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's why we created this podcast.
Yeah.
Like, we may not be able to influence things at the federal level or even at the state level. Who knows?
Yeah.
But at least we're making our voices heard.
Yeah.
To all you 106 followers.
Yeah, dude, we got to our huge reach.
It's all right.
Reach.
But this is therapy session for me.
Yeah.
I enjoy doing the podcast
I do
with you,
too.
Nick, because we get to get stuff off of our fucking chests.
I do. Yeah. Therapeutic. Yeah. Don't worry. Everything. We're all gonna, dude. I'm not fucking putting the chip in my head. Okay, this is my last thing I'm gonna fucking say.
What are you talking about?
You see that Elon Musk put the first NeuraLink in the first person's brain?
No, he didn't.
Yes, and it was a success. I'm not fucking doing it.
No, he didn't.
I'm not doing it.
Is this a thing?
Yes, NeuraLink, the first one ever.
NeuraLink?
Yes, the one that's gonna connect you to the interwebs, your brain to the internet.
Oh, my God. January 29th, Elon Musk, NeuraLink implant brain chip in first human. First human patient has received an implant from brain chip startup NeuraLink on Sunday and is recovering well. Initial results show promising neuron spike detection, Musk said in the post on social media platform X on Monday. Oh, of course, on X.
Yeah, it's not Twitter.
Spikes are activity by neurons, which the National Institute of Health describes as cells that use electrical and chemical signals to send information around the brain and the body. So this is a cyborg now.
Yeah.
FDA gave him clearance last year to conduct. How did they get? But what? So this is just going to connect your brain to the internet, so you can access information
Instantaneously. That's the scary part. If you want to go down that hole, is the NeuraLink is going to be really expensive when it first comes out. So if it is successful and you can connect your brain to the internet, then more or less the elites are going to do it. The elites.
It's just
people
gonna
with a
create-
lot of fucking money, right? Which is
Creates
then
a bigger divide.
way bigger divide, right? Because then instantaneously they can get information and connect the dots. It's going to be like ChatGPT in your brain, dude.
The study uses a robot to surgically place a brain-computer interface, a BCI, implant in a region of the brain that controls the intention to move.
Maybe this one's different.
NeuraLink said previously, adding that its initial goal is to enable people to control a computer cursor or keyboard using the thoughts alone.
Okay.
But you're right, though, right? All right, so this is just step one.
This is step
all right?
one, yeah.
Like, you can now control the cursor on your keyboard and mouse by using your eye movement. Okay, I want to click here, and it's going to fucking do it.
Yeah.
But you're right. Next step is then it accesses the internet, and you'll have, oh, my God.
Yeah, everything's downloaded in your brain.
The implant's ultra-fine threads help transmit signals to participants' brains. NeuraLink has said the first product would be called telepathy.
Telepathy?
Telepathy, yeah, is that how you say it?
Yeah, that's like reading brains.
The startup's prime study is a trial for its wireless brain-computer interface to evaluate the safety of the implant and surgical robot.
I don't think I'm going to do it, dude.
No, fuck
I don't think
no,
I'm going to
dude.
do it,
Like,
man. Well, we say that now, and then like 10 years down the road, all of your friends are going to have it in your fucking brain, dude.
I think that's for the next that's next generation type bullshit, you know? That's not for me.
I don't think so, man. I don't. It's Black Mirror, man. I don't know.
Totally.
I don't want to go down that hole. I'm fine with dying, dude.
Shit
I don't
is-
want to fucking live forever, dude.
Right.
I know a lot of people do in this flesh body, and then they're just going to implant their brains into a robot after an AI, and you can just live forever. I'm like, dude, whatever happens, I'm ready to traverse the universe after I'm fucking dead. Or maybe just be in blackness, dude. But like, I don't know. I think maybe this is a step in our evolution, and I'm being petty, or
Right, but
like.
I think we already know just from looking like a step of evolution, because things are evolving
really quick.
really quick. And I think we've seen, even though it's glorified and dramatized. Like, we've seen the outcome to this story, right? We've seen Terminator. We've seen iRobot. We've seen, like, I mean, dude, yeah, that's a lot of fear. But again, hey, this is what we can control. So we're just not going to get the brain implants. And
I'm not getting the brain implants. I'm not downloading my consciousness into any computer. No. I'm not fucking doing that. I'm not like, I'm fine. I'm just going to live my little human monkey life and lift weights. That doesn't mean anything.
Did you say monkey life?
Yeah.
Okay.
What? I believe in evolution.
No. Yeah.
But
Musk wrote in a social media post on September 10th that no monkeys have died as a result of NeuraLink
That's
implants.
a fucking lie. You know that's a lie.
Oh, yeah.
Killing all the fucking monkeys, dude.
God damn, dude.
Okay, we're going to we'll make a pact here that we're not downloading our consciousness into computers.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing NeuraLink.
You're not going to get the Apple headwear?
Fuck no. Have you seen these dumbass idiots walking around like, oh my God.
Looks like ski goggles.
Dude, it's Ready Player One. Yeah, again, going back to like, dude, you see these idiots putting these goggles on. Like, that's what he wore in Ready Player One. You idiots walking around your house looking dumb. You seen the guy like in his Cybertruck, the guy that got pulled over?
Yeah.
Fucking wearing his, driving.
Yeah.
Like, are you fucking kidding me, dude?
Yeah.
I don't get it, man. People living in these alternate realities.
Yeah.
But dude, dude. I know someone gets a NeuraLink implanted in their head that I don't like. I just know I got karate chop them in the stem of the
NeuraLink.
Yeah, just hit them in the NeuraLink. Fuck their life up forever.
Chop them in the NeuraLink.
Yeah, dude. Like, don't talk back to me. I'll fucking punch you in the NeuraLink.
Dude, I just feel like all these NeuraLink motherfuckers are just going to band together because they're all going to be smart as shit and just fucking suppress. We're just going to be the slaves of the NeuraLink people. They're going to be so smart.
This is step one with the fucking robot army takeover.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah. Oh, well. Fuck them.
That's a fear for another day.
Right.
Fuck
dude.
them.
I didn't hear about this. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, dude.
Step one.
Step one, dude. It's coming. I mean, it's probably already here. Let's be honest.
Although it would be kind of nice to have like NeuraLink, right? Not let anybody know. If I can control people, just be like sitting over here while Chandler's working on his computer and be like, have his mouse fucking floating all over and be like, God damn, there's something wrong with my computer. And be like, yeah, I got you, bitch. It'd be worth it for that. I would
just to fuck with
people.
To
fuck with people. I just want to fuck with people's computers.
Dude, fuck.
That's how my brain works, though. I just like fucking with people.
I don't know, man. I just feel like, I don't know. I guess time will tell, but let us know in the comments if you're gonna get the implant in your brain and get your conscious downloaded into a computer, or if you're gonna die naturally with me and John, and we can just be thrown in the garbage when we're dead.
That's right. Throw us in the dirt.
Which is fine with me, dude. I told you. I had it in my. I'm gonna tell you about it. But who's here?
Chandler.
Yeah. You're good, dude.
Who's here?
Oh, fuck. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I wanted to be put into a fucking 45-pound plate, my ashes. Like, I just want to be a metal 45-pound plate.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
What the fuck would I be put in?
I put that in my, you know how like when you get deployed, you have to put in your thing and it's like, what happens if you die?
Put you in a 45-pound plate?
Yeah, that's what I said. I said, you can live, but people are like, no, I wouldn't use you. Like, fucking use and abuse me, dude.
Use the shit out of me, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
Fuck.
Let's get fucking strong.
That's right. I want my ashes sprinkled into a pre-workout. Let's do that. Consume me. All right?
John, yeah, let's I'll do a flavor review on it too.
Oh man.
Be like, oh, John, taste the
rainbow.
I don't know. It's pretty,
taste the rainbow.
It's pretty ashy in this.
Yeah. All right, bro.
It's fucking gross. Yeah, dude. Our time has come.
Our time has come. Nick gave you your homework. Let us know
if you're going to be in the computer or if you're just going to traverse the universe with me after we die.
All right. Black Sheep out.
See ya.